I'm definitely considering not becoming a free-to-play player anymore. Or at least I want to at least buy the monthly card. I'm still debating on if I want to even invest in a battle pass, because so far we haven't been able to really do enough to even complete a battle pass in the first place. So even though we've been playing daily, but it's whatever. Anyways, Spider 2B, tell me about Liv, because I need to know about Liv for my physical team. Let me lower the volume real quick. To like 50. I'll even go down further to 40. There we go. That's so. Okay, that's actually very quiet. Hold on.
With Liv Luminance finally ascending into relevancy soon, I've decided.
Hold on. I need to increase the volume a little bit more. It needs to go to 50.
Now's the perfect time to finally cover her with her upcoming Leap Ascension. And if you don't want to miss future PGR guys and videos, don't forget to subscribe. I stream my Twitch at Twitch.
Okay, let me get rid of. Hold on. Let me get rid of the captions, because the captions are gonna be confusing.
And if you're making corrections or forget to mention something, there'll be a pinned comment down below. Alright, let's get into it. Liv Luminance is a base SRN support armor frame that deals physical damage and provides physical and critical buffs, as well as healing for your team. And in this video, I'll cover her skills, leap upgrade, passives, ascensions, playstyle, weapons, builds, team setup, and the pull and build recommendation. And as usual, I'll leave timestamps so you can jump to specific topics. First, I'll quickly cover her regular abilities. Her basic attack fires ranged beams, with the last attack being a multi-hit dealing physical damage. Her QTE drops her in, healing and briefly shielding allies based on her attack stat, and her red orb drops a beam that deals physical damage while slowing and debuffing enemy damage bonus. This is also her swap and attack. Her blue orb drops a field, marking enemies for her core passive. And
the BC pass, really?
Center,
not the wait.
And her
oh yeah, the BC pass.
The
Yeah.
amount of hits per basic attack and the physical damage. The core passives indicated by the charges at the bottom of the screen, and hitting enemies marked by the blue orb.
Yeah, I mentioned a battle pass because if I was concerned investing even more than beyond the monthly card for like stuff, the BC pass is the only other thing that's worth my money, really.
With basic attacks or yellow orbs is the chance of triggering the light penalty effect, dealing physical damage and adding a stack. Yellow orbs have a higher chance of triggering this effect, and triggering light penalty 5 times or using a 3 orb ping will heal allies based on her attack. And her ultimate deals physical damage around her by constantly triggering the light penalty and giving 75% damage reduction to those around her. Now for her leap upgrades. And since there's a lot of details, I'll add a simplified TLDR at the end. Starting with her QTE leap upgrade, at base, the QTE heals for 20% more, and it applies a 10% physical damage buff for a brief period. At level 9, the QTE procs light penalty once. Liv basically gets some ultimate energy after using the QTE, and for Liv is double S, her physical damage bonus is increased from 10% to 20%. As for her core passive leap upgrade.
So secretly, you guys don't understand. Name pendant is actually me. You see, I use the name name pendant to just trick you guys and thinking I'm not in the chat at all times.
At base, 3 orb and matrix pings will trigger an additional light penalty stack, and the 4th light penalty stack is empowered and will deal 3 times the damage. At level 9, the chance for light penalty to trigger is increased to 50%, and targets healed by it will get a 10% physical damage bonus. And at level 18, the light penalty will increase crit damage by 20%.
Everyone's like, skip. Wait, rewind. What do you want me to do? Want me to reset? Want me to rewind or go forward? Do you want me to skip or go back? Do you not want to watch this at all?
And each stack of light penalty will increase crit chance by 5%, and the empowered light penalty will give 25% crit chance, up to a total of 75% crit chance for the next swap-in character for 10 seconds.
Yeah, her elite buffs are huge. She becomes like a pseudo amplifier, essentially.
Crit at base, this buff can easily reach 100% crit chance. And if she's triple S, this level will allow you to ult at the start of the battle. And for her ultimate leap upgrade, at base, she gains light penalty stacks based on how many orbs ping, and it also increases the damage of light penalty in the ultimate. At level 9, the ultimate pulls in enemies, and the Empowered Light penalty deals 10% more damage. And at level 18, Liv gains about half her ultimate energy on swap-in, and she can swap out before her ultimate animation finishes. And at Triple S Plus, the extra damage bonus duration is increased, and the Empowered Light penalty damage is increased by 25%. So basically, what all this means is that you'll get a physical and crit damage bonus with Liv's QTE, and ulting while triggering 2 orb pings will give 100% crit chance for the next swap-in character. You'll want to max the leap upgrade for her core passive first for the critical rate buff, and then the QTE, and then finally the ultimate. Although you eventually want to max all the leap upgrades anyways, since they're all very strong and necessary for her to function smoothly and support properly. Her leader passive increases the HP of the team by 15%, so you basically never set her as leader. And as for the Ascensions, at double S, she gains extra damage bonus when enemies are hit with her blue orb. At triple S, their core passive damage is increased, and at triple S plus, after ulting, she grants party members extra damage bonus for a brief period. Luminance is functional at S rank, since her buffs are more tied to her leap upgrades rather than her rank. With that being said, her double S increases her physical damage buff, which is a nice upgrade if you can get her to it, and her triple S is the optimal rank since it allows you to ult instantly at the start of battle, so you get the crit chance buff right at the start, but will take some time to reach through BP or S rank selectors. And for the weapons, since you get a free 5-star weapon for beginner login rewards, this weapon is definitely enough to be very competitive, and my Luminance still runs this weapon to this day. And actually, the only reason you would even use any of the 6-star weapons is if you're a spender and plan to resonate it with Superconducting Axial Ray and Glorious Spear. The Dragon Wind passive is lackluster since it doesn't add any damage, and if you were unlucky enough to pull any of the 6-star levitation guns from the off-rank banner, it's probably better to resonate it for your amplifier, attacker, or tank instead. As for builds, for 5-star memories, you can run 4-piece Ike and 2-piece Voltaire for DPS, or 4-piece Voltaire and 2-piece Richelieu for support. For 6-star memory sets,
Wait a second, hold on.
As for builds, for 5-star memories, you can run 4-piece Ike and 2-piece Voltaire.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm completely wrong.
Voltaire for DPS, or 4-piece Voltaire and 2-piece Richelieu for support. For 6-star memory
That's
sets,
working. It
just
works.
2 primary support builds depending on the game mode and rank. For extended game modes like Warzone or Norman, the traditional 4-piece Da Vinci and 2-piece Philip is the way to go, and you can just yoink that off of Liv Eclipse. For triple S or above, this is probably the only set you'll need. For game modes like Pain Cage, where Liv Luminance is under triple S, you can replace 2-piece Philip with 2-piece Cotty to replicate a triple S Luminance and be able to ult at the start of battle after using a couple of free ult picks. If another team member is already running Da Vinci, Liv can use 4-piece Hannah to speed up her ult rotation even further and get more free ult pings. You'll want to resonate plus 15 attack on the top slot and ultimate on the bottom slot, and fully resonating her for the free 3 orb ping helps her get her ult up much quicker and more consistently at the start of battle. And finally, if you don't have Alpha or Rosetta, you can use 4-piece Patton and 2-piece Darwin to make her an alright physical DPS. Liv Luminance basically replaces Liv Eclipse in the physical team and will be the staple physical support for a very long time. The current metaphysical team will consist of Rosetta with 4-piece Lee and 2-piece Catherine on the yellow slot, Alpha with 4-piece Frederick, 2-piece Darwin on the red slot, and Liv Luminance on 4-piece Da Vinci on the blue slot. And you want to set Alpha as leader here and Liv as starter. And this will be the main setup for most game modes like Babel, Norman, or Warzone, but you can adjust the positions or memory sets accordingly for certain pancake strategies. If you only have Alpha and Luminance, you can replace Rosetta with any of the physical tanks like Nanami Storm, Isle of Brilliance, or Call Me Bastion for now, running 4-piece Da Vinci, 2-piece Catherine on the blue slot, and then making them the starter. And then you can run Luminance on her 4-piece Hannah, 2-piece Cotty set on red. For bosses like Musashi or Alpha, where Rosetta will be the main damage dealer, you can run Liv Luminance with 4-piece Hannah, 2-piece Cotty on blue, Rosetta on 4-piece Lee, 2-piece Catherine or Darwin on yellow, and Call Me Bastion or Isle of Brilliance with 4-piece Da Vinci, 2-piece Lantern on red. And Rosetta will be the leader since she'll be doing the damage, with Call Me or Isla as the starter since you can afford to swap an attack with Luminance in this case. And if you only have Liv Luminance, you can run her as a DPS with 4-piece Patton or 4-piece Hannah with 2-piece Darwin on the red slot, along with Kami or Isla with 4-piece Da Vinci and 2-piece Catherine on the blue slot, and a gap fill unit such as any amplifier, any physical attacker such as like Carolina Blast for grouping on the yellow slot. And here you can set Kami, Isla as the leader and starter for the physical damage passive. But note that these positions aren't set in stone, so as always, it depends on the situation. Also, usually run the Deer Pet on Liv since you always swap off her after 3 orb pings. That way you get the extra blue orb and damage on the swap in DPS, which is especially helpful for Alpha in particular. As for her playstyle, she's on-field DPS, just prioritize blue into yellow orbs. Otherwise, if she's a support, the color of the orb barely matters, just proc as many 3 orb or major pings as possible to get and use her ult. You usually start with Liv Luminance and burn as many 3 orb or major pings as possible to enter ultimate if you have triple S or the Kadi build. Stay in ult for a few seconds, and then swap an attack into the main DPS, either Rosetta or Alpha, depending on the situation.
100% crit.
And they should have the 100% critical rate buff applied, Liv proc enough light penalties. Then swap the secondary DPS if you're invested, they cover the main DPS's orb downtime, and then swap.
And it should be noted that even with all this, she still got power crept, which makes me sweat. What does Alyssa do?
Back into Luminance, who should, in theory, have enough orbs to quickly trigger ultimate again to repeat this rotation. In Pain Cage, sometimes you may not even need to ult, as the QTE already adds a critical damage and physical damage buff to the active character, but just note that the critical chance buff is tied to her ultimate. But overall, Liv Luminance is ultimately a straightforward character, as she's mainly just an ult and then swap Da Vinci buff.
Also, hold on, let me check something real quick. I think yeah, in 7 minutes as we're about to play, so we got time. We got time. We're almost done with the video.
So, should you pull the builder? Well, I know that many players have already picked up Luminance through the free S-rank selectors or the beginner selector, so if you have her, definitely build her, because not having crit RNG alone due to her crit rate buff is a major increase in damage and consistency, and it's not even considering her physical damage bonuses. For those who don't have her, you may consider grabbing her in the next free S-rank selector in a few months, when the physical team is finally more relevant, and if you buy the battle pass, you can get enough shards to unlock a copy from there as well. So due to these reasons, she's arguably a lower pull priority overall, but still a very strong pull. Overall, Luminance is essential to buff physical carries for both current and future physical teams. There's lots of Luminance, so if there's any updates or corrections, I'll leave a pinned comment down below. If you have any questions, drop in the comments or ask the community Discord at discord.io.